Steve Keene, Private Spy from Accolade, wasn't just a game. It was like someone threw a comic book in the blender, gave you a joystick, and dared you to control the chaos. If you've ever dealt with those oversized 80s game bundles, you'll know the drill. A mountain of discs that, if stacked, could probably reach the moon. You'd spend more time swapping them than playing them, turning your wrists into rock-hard muscles. But this wasn't just any game, it was a comic-style adventure, where you think you're in control, but in reality, you're just riding a rail track disguised as freedom. You're handed the reins, but it's more like you're riding a mechanical bull, just hoping you don't get thrown off. The story, while entertaining, often felt like it was on rails, following a predetermined path that you could influence but never really change. Now, let's talk about the loading sequence. Calling it slow is like calling a glacier kinda cold. You type the load, 8,1, then wait and wait and wait some more. By the time the game actually loaded, you might have aged a year or two, or maybe even grown a beard. But once it finally fired up, you realised you were about to experience something truly unique, at least until you remembered you'd still be playing for hours to come. For this recap, let's turbo boost the footage a little, because otherwise you'd have a better time watching grass grow. At least the grass might reach full height before you get bored. You see, the story moves at a crawl, each frame creeping onto the screen. Keene, our occasionally snarky protagonist, reports to his boss, who hands him a mission. Now you get to choose how Keene responds. Your choices, however, are a bit slim. Sensible, risky, or I bet I can get myself fired today. Naturally, I always wanted to pick the risky option for fun, because where's the drama in being sensible? But here's the thing. While you think you're making huge decisions, the reality is that the game's path is already set. You can veer left or right, but it's like making choices when the outcome is already set in stone. Keene's fate is pretty much already decided. When Keene opens his mouth, you get the illusion of control. His speech bubble turns dark, like he's about to drop some revolutionary thoughts on espionage. You're presented with choices. Should you play it safe, take a gamble, or go for the option that's risky but might be amusing for a moment? Too much cheek and the bad guys will have none of it. They'd rather Keene stick to the usual spy tropes, serious, stealthy and brooding, rather than engage in non-stop banterfest. Moving on, each screen requires you to press the fire button. The screen fades in dramatically, which was always a nice touch. Now and then, you're given a choice between sneaking in through the window or crashing through the front door like you own the place. The game tries to give you a bit of variation, but it is more like, do you want to be stealthy, or do you want a one-way ticket to Game Overville? Now, let's go over my favourite parts of the Accolade Comics, the minigames. When Keene steps into danger, which, let's face it, happens about every other frame, you're whisked away to one of 8 arcade-style sequences. These games are like relics from an era when arcade cabinets ruled, and joystick smashing was a way of life. You've got Jetpack, which is like Defender but with more confusion. Swimmer, because nothing says high-stakes espionage like swimming. And Bomber, which is exactly as tough as it sounds. Mess up, life lost. Pick the wrong path in the main game, life lost. When you're out of lives, it's back to square one, and your game restarts from the very beginning again, unless you've saved it, of course. And the replay value? Let's just say it's about as appealing as swapping discs 37 more times. Once you've completed a scenario, the urge to play it again is about as strong as the urge to revisit something you've already memorised. The variations between playthroughs are minimal, and calling it interactive is a bit generous. To be fair, it wasn't the developer's fault. More branching paths would have needed a suitcase full of floppy disks. Remember Monkey Island 2 on the Amiga? That game made disc swapping an Olympic event, but it had substance to back it up. Steve Keene, on the other hand, didn't have that kind of disc-pushing power. Despite its limitations, there's something charming about Accolade Comics. It's polished, quirky, and fun in short bursts. Definitely worth a try if you've never played it before, but don't expect it to be your new favourite. Steve Keene is fun for a bit, but once you've cracked the case, you're probably not going to spend your weekends diving back in. It's a relic of its time, brilliant in short bursts, but not enough to haunt your dreams or make you swap discs for fun again. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to let us know your experiences playing Accolade Comics. Does this bring back loads of memories, or are you just seeing this for the first time? Give it a whirl either way, as it's definitely an experience. Check out more Commodore 64 and Amiga games on the channel playlists, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel if it's this type of nostalgia that you love. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.